Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. Let's take a look at the phrasal verbs with the root verb being look. So of course there are a number of these other than the ones I've listed, but today let's talk a little bit about look into, look after, look out, and look out for, and look over. So one thing I want to point out before we start talking about the meaning of these words is that you may have noticed that on all of them, when I was saying the phrase, rather than stressing on look, I didn't say look into, I said look into. So the preposition is stressed rather than the verb part of the phrasal verb. This is unusual because normally in American intonation, the verb is going to be more important than any prepositions. For example, if I was saying, I'm in the mood, I'm in the room, I'm walking in the garden, walking is going to be stressed and not the in. But in the case of look into, this whole thing is a phrase, and to differentiate look into from the other versions of look or just the verb look, we stress on into. So this is an important pattern to recognize and practice, because oftentimes a non-native speaker will stress on the look rather than on, or on the verb rather than on the preposition. So I'll give you some examples of these in sentences, and then we'll talk also about what they mean. So an example sentence for look into, I'm going to look into the meaning of that word. So it means to, I'll take time and I will investigate. That's another word we can use. So I'll investigate it, I'll look into it. Look after, again, look after, stress on after. Look after yourself. She looks after children for her job. I like looking after animals. It means take care of. And then look out or look out for means to watch out for, or also to be wary of, especially in danger situations. So look out for cars as you're crossing the street. Look out, there's something coming. Look out for yourself. It's to care for generally, but also watch out for danger. So be careful. Be alert and watch for. That's another, watch for, of course, is another phrasal verb. So I like to try to give you one that's not a phrasal verb, but we do have phrasal verbs, multiple phrasal verbs with the same meaning or similar meaning. And then, so again, look out for, look out, we'll stress on the out. And then look over, we stress on the over. I'll look over your document, I'll look over the papers. It means I will approve them, I will go through them, I will verify them. I'll actually physically look at them, but looking over them means kind of I will check them. So I will check or I will look over your work. Okay, so for all of these, I think two things: knowing which phrasal verb to use for which meaning can be challenging. So know that you can look these up and look up. There's another one. Look something up. You can look something up in the dictionary. You can look them up on my phrasal verbs playlist. You can look them up on speechmodification.com with some of our other resources. Of course, I often focus on pronunciation, and here I also wanted to focus on intonation, but it also, of course, the meaning of different words is the challenge here when it comes to phrasal verbs. So looking something up is researching. Of course, there are many more phrasal verbs with look, many more phrasal verbs with lots of different verbs, and it's an ongoing challenge for vocabulary and grammar in English to know all of these and use them correctly. Take your time, be patient as you're learning phrasal verbs, but as long as you're learning them and using them, try to use the intonation pattern of stressing on the preposition. I hope this lesson was helpful for you, and leave requests and comments for other phrasal verbs you'd like to see me cover, other areas of grammar, intonation, and pronunciation you'd like to see. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com.